Hey everybody, as always, I'm Apostcon, aka Apostadamus. Welcome to episode 12 of 2K Modding Weekly. This week we kick off the show with a mod for one of the most popular wrestlers of the past decade plus, and that is the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. This mod, brought to us by YJ Kim, brings us Jeffrey Neuro Hardy with multiple attires spanning his lengthy wrestling career, from his early days to his troubled WWE Championship run to his immortal TNA persona. So if you're a big Hardy Boys fan, you need to pick up YJ Kim's Jeff Hardy mod right now. And no Jeff Hardy mod is complete without his brother, stronger than death. I could slam a tornado. Version 1, Matt Hardy. This mod, brought to us by ALC Legacy, brings us a litany of Matt Hardy attires, also spanning the length of his career, from his early run in the Hardy Boys to his singles career in WWE, in Ring of Honor, and TNA. I'd reference his Ring of Honor gimmick, make a joke about it, but last week some people got a little touchy over me joking about Seth Rollins' Reddit nickname, so I'll leave that one alone. Even though personally, I think it was the best gimmick of his career. And we transition from the Hardy Boys to yet another mod from Brave Bird, bringing us the greatest in-ring performer going today. Former multiple TNA World Heavyweight Champion, former multiple IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, the head man in charge of the greatest faction going today in professional wrestling, the Blizz Cliz Bullet Club, and that is the phenomenal AJ Styles. As a lot of you might know, this is the mod that I've been waiting patiently for ever since modding for 2K15 started, so I'm pretty excited about this mod right here, and it'll be featured heavily in all of my Let's Play content going forward. And if you're somebody who might not be aware of what AJ Styles has been doing since he left TNA, and a lot of you probably didn't watch much of him in TNA to begin with, you might want to Google his matches with Minoru Suzuki and the classic IWGP World Heavyweight Championship bouts he's had with Kazuchika Okada. Truly, some of the best in-ring work you will ever see. And those matches should convince you to install this mod ASAP. A lot of you are pretty big Lunatic Fringe Dean Ambrose fans, which you make abundantly clear, as you guys have a tendency to get pretty pissed off every single time I make fun of his silly loop-de-loop clothesline. I kid. I've featured him many times already on 2K Modding Weekly, but Cave Wave Rider, the man responsible for bringing us the Universal Multiple Attire Unlock in the first place, now brings us the definitive Dean Ambrose mod, a 10 attire mod featuring pretty much every single Dean Ambrose t-shirt variant you could possibly imagine, from the Ambrose Asylum to just the DA logo to Dirty Deeds. Everything you could possibly want is probably here, and if you're worried about having to replace your other Dean Ambrose mods, it's built off the base PH Guide Dean Ambrose mod, so everything's still gonna look great all around, so you can download and install with no worries. What was that you said? Did I just hear somebody say, hey, we want some New Day? Legrand Cesar brings us the gold variant, the SummerSlam attires for the New Day. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Now, unfortunately, there's no way to add a trombone to the game, so we can't get Xavier Woods to the level of awesomeness that he's at right now, but this mod brings you yet another option for your New Day attires, for Big E, for Kofi Kingston, and for Xavier Woods. So check this out if you want the gold variant. Feel the power of positivity and give yourself some clap therapy. Now, the icon Sting has been all over WWE programming as of late in his feud with the architect of a dream, Seth Rollins. But as I mentioned earlier with AJ Styles, some of you might not have any reference point for what the Stinger was doing in the years between the death of WCW and him showing up to confront Triple H. He spent the bulk of that time in TNA as world champion for a solid chunk of that, and in one of the most overlooked factions of the past decade, the Main Event Mafia. A man who's quickly becoming a legend in our community, Bannock Burn, brings us the Main Event Mafia, Godfather Steve Borden Sting, out of his face paint and in his mafioso suit, ready to stand at the side of Kurt Angle, Scott Steiner. This is a nice niche mod for Sting by Bannock Burn that will go nicely with any TNA arena or roster mod floating around out there. Everybody likes to party, right? Well, now, thanks to AGS, inside the WWE ring, you can throw yourself a super kick party with this mod that brings to you Nick and Matt Jackson, the tag team known the world over as the Young Bucks, the masters of the Meltzer driver. More bang for your buck, multiple IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champions, multiple Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. I'm not sure if they ever held the gold in TNA as Generation Me. I digress, but this is a nice little mod that adds 2 more Bullet Club members to your roster, and that, quite frankly, is just too sweet. Last week we closed out the episode on something pretty dark. I think maybe this week we need something more inspirational. And who's more inspirational than Bo Dallas? Curb Stomp City is back, bringing us a mod for the 2nd week in a row. This mod adds in Bo Dallas's newest WWE t-shirt and removes the lettering from his trunks, leaving them the plain, generic white that he wears now. So upgrade your Bo Dallas. All you have to do is Bo leave. Actually, you have to download the mods and install them to get them to work. Bo leaving really isn't enough, but sometimes the catchphrases don't work in the real world. That's the show for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get use of all the mods, and make sure to thank all the mod creators who are bringing us this amazing content week in and week out. I'll be back with another episode pretty soon that may feature some woofs, maybe some villains of the VOD, perhaps. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, please subscribe, and have a great weekend.